ecosystem worldwide, and it takes it very seriously that Dubai is actually now at the center of everything that Ripple is doing as well, whether it is locally, regionally, or even internationally. And Ripple's well being in the UAE is a great testament to that.
We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves. We making major moves. We going all in like we got nothing to lose. We making moves. We making major moves.
What is up, everybody? I'm Mr. Man. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been to my page before, look at this face, get used to this face. This is who I be, and I'm here chatting with you about cryptocurrencies, the financial realm, what Ripple's doing, what is taking place throughout the world right now, who the partnerships are, what infrastructure is being set up, how Ripple is intertwined with that. And today, starting off with that video, we're talking about Vara out in Dubai in the Middle East there with Ripple. You heard the gentleman state that Ripple is going to be at the center of all that Dubai does. And here we are with Ripple and Vara approval for use in the Dubai. And this is for XRP itself. So I just want to take you through my morning after I had seen that video. Let's do this. So after seeing the whole Dubai Ripple partnership, this automatically you have these connections that are being made already. I recall that Ripple in Thailand had been chatting as well, along with Ripple in Thailand. I know that Ripple and China are also partnerships for the HKMA to create the EHKD, Ripple being utilized for tokenization of real estate with Hex Trust, Toko, Fubon Bank, I believe it was MasterCard, Visa, and other few companies as well, and financial institutions, which makes up that ecosystem that they're creating for those test purposes. So just going through this partnership alone here, we have China, we have UAE or Dubai, well, I guess UAE and specifically, speaking specifically here, and we have Thailand automatically. That shows you that we're discussing here mBridge. mBridge had gone live, when was it? Just a few weeks ago. I believe mBridge had gone live a few weeks ago, June 5th, if I'm not incorrect with that, June 5th. And these are the three participants that are going to be capitalizing on mBridge. All right, so I want to take you through this partnership, what it looks like, and how it could be. I just want to take some attention here on my Patreon here. I want to get this out so you guys know. Within my Patreon here, I do my best to put out information here, private information to the group. It's $10 a month, and I provide a wealth of information here. If you're looking to learn how to maximize and capitalize on your crypto profits and gains, once that comes about, you will want a place to store it and secure your wealth, because if not, you'll be riding the crypto wave up and down. And I teach you how to purchase real estate, what to look for, what the trends are of real estate. I teach you about cryptocurrency, I teach you about finances, I teach you about the regulations in the back end of things too. And depending on which tier that you purchase, you can definitely get access to me, and we can chat one-to-one, and I can teach you personally as a mentor on how to go about real estate, how to capitalize on this wealth transfer. So how that partnership could be, first off, one of the main dynamics that comes to my mind here first is, well, what about the languages between them? You have Mandarin, or I don't know what it is, mainland Chinese. You have Thailand, whatever they speak in Thailand. You have UAE, my bad, I don't know, Hebrew maybe. I'm not sure what the language is, my bad. It is what it is. So if I don't even know what the language is, because I speak English and that's it, we have to do business together, right? I don't even know what language they speak, let alone can't speak that language. So think about that, okay? Think about that. So in walks Interledger. And why is Interledger important with those languages? Because my regulations are going to be written in my language, and Interledger can read that and interpret it in my language. So then you have the UAE language and the Thailand language, all different, and they feed into one system itself, which now creates a common language, a common message language at this point now, right? So listen to what this lady says here.
Really quick, simple examples. For instance, if we have countries that have different languages trying to do business with each other, so if there is a country that only speaks French and a country that only speaks Mandarin, and they need to do business with each other, they can come up with another language, for example, English. And as long as everyone kind of ends up doing business in English, that means that instead of needing to create a whole new custom language that can bridge between Mandarin and French, which, as you can imagine, would be a really big task, they can just use one language that is commonly understood. And that makes communicating much, much simpler. So that's really quick.
So I want to take you guys through my thought process here. Talking to Perplexity here, Interledger allows for a common messaging language amongst countries and allows these countries to adhere to their individual jurisdictional regulations. This correlates with mBridge and how it operates. So, is the tech stack behind mBridge? So, is this the tech stack behind mBridge or a portion of the tech stack? Let's see what Perplexity said. It went through a long process getting this information here for me. The ILP and mBridge share similarities in their goals of facilitating cross-border payments and ensuring compliance with jurisdictional regulations. However, they are distinct technologies with different implementations and purposes. The Interledger Protocol is an open protocol suite designed to enable seamless value exchange across different payment networks. It operates by routing packets of money across independent networks similar to how the internet routes packets of information. Key features of ILP include interoperability, multi-hop routing, security, open standards. Of course, it wouldn't just be the one, there'd be layers upon layers upon layers. So this gentleman here, as we're talking about mBridge now, he is talking about the CBDC and mBridge. To have mBridge itself is just a bridge, like a nice overarching highway between UAE, China, and Thailand to start off with. Right, you have mainland China, you have the island China, you have UAE, and you have, and because you have these different countries, they have different jurisdictional needs, different jurisdictional laws, regulation, rules, implementation, text for their technology, for their CBDC, and then you get down to the CBDC itself, right? So all that is creating this smart contract of this currency, this CBDC. You need something that can facilitate the swap between all of those currencies happening on this multiple platform. So the mBridge is just a multiple platform that connects a different jurisdiction. The CBDC in the middle there, in this hub, the focal hub, right? Focal hub. Picture the hub and the zone, like I was talking about with. Let me show you. Let me just show you. All y'all that have been following me, you haven't. This isn't the first time you've seen this visual I've created here. So here we have the hub. We have some tech stack in here, right? Let me go back to that gentleman there to what he was saying now.
Apart from the policies, the important thing is also about the standards. So how do you create a standards of settlement, which is what the project mBridge is, mCBDC is trying to take up. And considering the stage in which we are in, unlike other countries which are developed countries which have got the way in which they have to settle themselves is already standardized to a certain extent, and they only need to have interoperability between CBDCs as an object. Here we need to first of all bring these different countries' objectives to a particular uniform stage, and then we get into the interoperability. Apart from the policies.
So there you have it there. The mCBDC and mBridge are the standards. Standards for what? I'm not sure. Standards for that level of CBDC or mCBDC. For something to be considered an mCBDC, they have the standards already, and that's what the mBridge is as well. Has the standard for how that is. So because they have the standard, they know what they're working with already. All right? They know which cryptos are going to be involved. They have the tech stack created because they have the standard already. And that's how that works. We're just digging for the information that they have as they put it out to put the puzzle pieces together. I do want to let you guys know that as of tomorrow, June 26th, which is Wednesday, I'm going to be taking off for 2 months. I'll still do my best to put up put up and post and make videos as well. I'm going to be on the road heading down to Southern Ontario. Again, I live up in Northwestern Ontario, so I'm 22 hours north of Toronto. I'm going to be heading down to Huntsville to go hang out with a friend and house sit. And then I will be on my way down to Barrie to go see the family, and then to Toronto. From Toronto, I'm going to hit up maybe Hamilton, maybe not. But from Toronto, I'm going to be heading out to Kingston and Peterborough area. From there, I will be checking out Quebec, and I'll be going for a week-long hike in the bush there. So I'll be off for a week, just doing my thing with my wife and I on this trip here. And then we're going to hop across to Montreal and hang out in Montreal for a day, and then take off to Cape Breton to go see my friend. They got 60 acres out in the Cape Breton area. Invited us to come out with them to hang out. And they also invited us to move out there. So we're going to go check it out. And if it's great, we can just buy a house, 20K, a little trailer type thing, tiny house, drop it on that land, and we can just live out our life. Mortgage free, downsize everything. 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 So mBridge is the standard here. China, UAE, Thailand are working together, and each of them work with Ripple to allow for cross-border payments entering Interledger Protocol, for cross-border payments and entering Interledger Protocol. I've shown you the phase 1 report before for the EHKD with China, and this is with Ripple. As well, Visa and a bunch of other banks. I've shown you how Ripple is being utilized in connection with Fubon Bank here, and Toko and ICB, and I guess a few of these other companies on here, and how Ripple is being utilized for tokenization of real estate and deeds. There's Thailand, partner talks with Ripple. UAE arrives in Dubai. Ripple arrives in Dubai. So Ripple is already in those 3 areas there, those 3 jurisdictions in UAE, China, and Thailand. And here we go. mCBDC, okay? We're talking about the mCBDC network and mBridge. So how coincidental is it now? How coincidental is it now that for the settlement and clearing mechanism, we have the HKMA, the Central Bank of UAE, we get the Thailand, the Bank of Thailand here, and the PBOC, People's Bank of China. And this is for mBridge I'm showing you, okay? And I just shown you how Ripple is partners with all of these individuals here. All of these companies too, is actually what it is. So in terms of how mBridge works, these were the tests that they had I guess stressed into mBridge itself to see if it would do what they wanted it to do. Domestic issuance and redemption, type 1, cross-border payments and using domestic CBDCs, so 2 types of different CBDCs, and cross-border FX, or person-to-person, or payment versus payment, not person-to-person, payment versus payment, from central bank to central bank, right there. So what do these look like? Like, these remind me of this right here, with Interledger, right there in the middle. Right there in the middle. I could get Sunny Agrawal to talk about this stuff, and you could put it together. Let me see if I can find that video for you. Hold on.
It'll probably take at least 30 seconds. So here's my proposal for how I think ILP can massively help the Cosmos ecosystem. For this example, I have a Cosmos validator company called Sika, and I wanted to start running ILP connectors soon. So I'll just use my company as an example here, where what I could do is, as a company who's like focused on this and specialized at this, I can take a bunch of my BTC on the Bitcoin blockchain and, IBC it over to the chain and just spread it everywhere, all over the.
Again, so picture the hubs as your faster payment system. This is your faster payment system. Your zones down here, the Bitcoin zones, Ethereum, they are the central banks. They are known as Bitcoin and Ethereums, okay? Your hub are your faster payment systems. And somewhere in those connecting faster payment systems, there is a mBridge. In that faster payment system is an mBridge that connects those faster payment system networks itself. Okay? That's how that works. This is what I'm trying to show you guys right here. From type 1 in terms of how they're exchanging value here. Type 2 from the different domestic central banks. And then type 3 here. One CBDC to another CBDC. That's what he's discussing, but from a tech point of view now. So as he's talking about this, picture these movements and mechanisms, and you'll begin to see how Interledger is utilized in this setup.
To all these different zones, everywhere I want to send them. I'm holding on to some BTC on all of these different zones. Then, a user comes along, and what they want to do is, if they want to go from, like, this chain over here, they want to go to the chain over there, they have the option of, one way they could do it is they could do an IBC transfer, which is like, really slow and, not fun, in my opinion, from a user standpoint. When you add ILP in, what they could do is, like I said, all these users are Bitcoin maximalists. Everything else is a shitcoin. They want to use BTC as their currency on every chain, right? And so they want BTC on that other chain. But now what they could do is, they can do an ILP transfer, send that to Sika. Sika can send the user the coins, and then, they could keep doing it as much as needed and get all the coins that they need. And now, but look, now Sika's in a problem where, if anyone else wants to transfer more coins to that chain, because, maybe that chain is like really popular for some reason right now. Maybe there's an ICO going on that chain, and everyone is trying to rush coins into there. Sika, being a company who's specially designed for this, we can use IBC and because the UX problem isn't an issue for us. We're a company designed to do this. So we can use IBC to go ahead and, rebalance our portfolio and just keep allowing this cyclical pattern to work where the companies will use IBC to rebalance their portfolios and users will use ILP to actually do the transfer between the same asset but on different chains. So that's, one of the use cases I think that has this cool synergy there.
So in terms of payment channels, here's how it would look from an mBridge point of view. This is China. We have Hong Kong right here. Then we'll go to Thailand. Here's the main point here. We'll go to Thailand and then connect to UAE from China, originating from China. Then you have the UAE over here, sends to mainland China, sends to Hong Kong, sends to Thailand. Same thing for Hong Kong down here. And you can see where their payment channel or faster payment channel or their mBridge, no, faster payments, I guess mBridge. And that would be their payment channel. That's what that would be. That would be their payment channel. My apologies. That's their payment channel that connects these different payment regions to this region here. And then same for Thailand over here. That's how that works. So what are payment channels, you ask? We're going to go right to the source, the XRP Ledger webpage. Why use payment channels? The process of using a payment channel always involves two parties, a payer and a payee. The payer is an individual person or institution using the XRP Ledger. So we've seen three people or three jurisdictions already: China, UAE, and Thailand. And coincidentally, those happen to be the same ones capitalizing on mBridge. Who would have thought it? And here we have payment channels now. Payment channels do not intrinsically specify anything about what you can buy and sell with them. However, the types of goods and services that are a good fit for payment channels are things that can be transmitted near instantly, like digital items, inexpensive items, where the cost of processing a transaction is a non-trivial part of the price, and things normally bought in bulk, where the exact quantity desired is not known in advance. Interesting. Payment channel life cycle. Following diagram summarizes the life cycle of a payment channel. So here, wow. This is the flow chart or the life cycle of the payment channel. I'm not going to go through that at all. So we're talking about payment channels, payment rails. Let's just see how these could look. This is a Finastra article or document back in 2022. I believe it was December. There it is there, December 2022. The dynamic nature of cross-border payments in Asia. Whoa, why are we talking about Asia? Because we're talking about China, talking about Thailand, all right? We're talking about these two nations connecting. We're also talking about UAE, which has nothing to do with Asia, but they are definitely connected. I want to go through right here, number 6. A growing network of alternative rails. Due to the lucrative payment market and the fact that there has not been much innovation by traditional players, a plethora of alternative payment rails have emerged in recent years to meet customer demand for faster, cheaper, and more transparent cross-border payments. In some cases, existing financial solutions, whether card companies or banks, have created new payment rails or digital companies. Governments have taken the initiative in others, as in some major initiatives in Southeast Asia and India. And of course, fintech companies, there we go, have been among the most active and successful in this fast-growing pace. Many of these started with primarily retail-focused solutions, but have developed a healthy B2B business as well. Fintechs among the most innovative and ambitious of the alternative payment rail providers. UK-based Wise, formerly Transfer, is one of the most prominent and successful, established in 2011 as a money transfer service that sought to reduce the cost of sending money internationally. Wise reached profitability in just 5 years and debuted on the London Stock Exchange in 2021 in a direct listing that valued it at 11 billion with a B. The UK firm's first API partnership in Asia, enabling the neobank to provide international money transfer with no exchange rate markups. The same year, Wise also reached an agreement with Alibaba to allow Wise's customer to pay Alibaba or Alipay's users in renminbi from 17 countries, with the money instantly transferred into the bank account tied to the recipient's Alipay wallet. This tie-up gives Wise access to the world's number 2 remittance receiving market. China received 53 billion in remittances in 2021. Asia is doing phenomenal. China is leading this race. When I say a race, you could call it a race. It's just corporation versus corporation, country corporation versus country corporation. And China's now at the forefront. There's a Cold War going on here, a technological Cold War versus China and US. And let me tell you, China is winning. Everybody's got one of these in their paws in China and US. And the tech that's being utilized for these things now, people are going to want to update it. They're going to, because it's going to be so cool. A lot of them are going to be having those AR goggles on too, and they will be gone at that point. When they get that on, they are gone. They are done. They are out of this world at this point, and in some digital world that these individuals want them to be in. But that's another topic for another day. I don't know what day that is, because I talk more about digital currencies and connections. And yeah, so all in all, we had gone through also this. Yeah, I did say this is Finastra documents. Finastra also taps into Ripple itself. Yeah, so I do hope you guys found value in this little short, maybe 20-minute thing now, maybe even longer than that. I don't even know. Hope you found value in this one. I'll see you on the next one.
We making moves. We making major moves. We